You're welcome to my English class. Uh, our topic for today on the grammar is antonyms. Antonyms. First, we're going to look at the objectives. Objective number one, we have define antonyms. That is to explain the meaning of antonyms. Two, use prefixes and suffixes to form antonyms. We all know what a prefix and a suffix is. Three, we have write sentences using antonyms. Write sentences using antonyms. Now, down to the first objective, which is defining antonyms. An antonym here is a word that means the opposite of another word. An antonym is a word that means the opposite of another word. Example, we have, if we say bad, let's see example here, bad. The opposite of bad is what? Good. Good. And when we say this example one, if we say up, the opposite of up is down. The opposite of up is down. So we all now know that an antonym is the opposite of a particular word. Now, these are some examples of antonyms, words and their antonyms. We have absence, presence, accept, reject, adult, child, alive, dead, ancient, new, answer, question, back, front, arrive, depart, asleep, awake, encourage, discourage. All right, let's take a look at these examples in sentences. And we're going to look at words and their opposites. Let's underline the opposite of each word in each sentence. There was sadness all over his face. There was sadness all over his face. This is sentence 1 of number 1. Sentence 2 of number 1 here says, there was happiness all over his face. Now, which word here has an opposite? Because each words are all same except for one in each sentence. There was sadness all over his face. Sentence 1, number 1. There was happiness all over his face. Sentence 2, number 2. We'll say sadness is the word, and the antonym of sadness is what? Happiness. That is to say that the opposite of sadness is what? Happiness. 2. The movement of the cars were rapid. Sentence 2, number 2. Sentence 2, number 1. The movement of the cars were rapid. 2. The movement of the cars were slow. I did like to say that the answer here is rapid and slow. Sentence 3, number 1. I had a bad day and I had a good day. Very simple. Bad and good. Sentence 4, number 1. Take the case up the hill. Take the case down the hill. Simple. Up. And the opposite of up, which is the antonym, is what? Down. Now we're going to look at how prefixes and suffixes could affect antonyms, or could provide examples on under antonyms. For example, we know that a prefix is a letter or group of letters added to the beginning of a root word to change its meaning. So also, we could say that a suffix is a letter or group of letters added to the end of a root word to change its meaning. Now, applying this to antonyms as our topic for today, would you give examples? Examples. We have the word courage. Courage. If we're going to apply a suffix to courage, we have what? This. Here, courage is equals to this, which is a suffix, plus courage equals to what? Discourage. And here, we could say that what? Courage and discourage. We have courage is a word, classified under word, and discourage is the opposite, which is the antonym of what? Courage. 2 is 1, and 2 we have effort. Effort. Effort here is a word. Now, if we want to add a suffix, now remember that this is what? A prefix. This is a prefix. This here is a prefix. If we want to add a suffix to effort, we have the suffix less. Less plus what? Effort. Now we have what? Effortless. Now, we also classify this as a word, effort, and the antonym here is effortless. Effortless. Then how? Number 3, we have represent. Or we say, yes, represent. Now, if we want to add a what? A prefix to here, to represent, we have miss. Miss plus what? Represent will give you what? Equal to what? Miss represent. It could also be misrepresentation, etc., etc. Now, number 4, we have the word help. The word help. The word help. Here, we're going to... Now, from this word help, we're going to add what? A suffix to it. We're going to add a suffix, which are words that what? Appear or that are added to the end of a root word. And we all know that all these are root words. Help. Help plus what? What suffix are we going to put? Less. Help plus less. Here we say what? Less plus what? Help. Equals helpless. All right, we are to do the following activity. We have activity A and activity B. Now, the instruction in activity A says, find the antonyms in each sentence and underline them. 1, I would rather be rich than poor. Underline the antonyms in sentence 1. 2, what can I do to turn your frown into smile? Underline the antonyms. Here, try to understand that there are 2 words, a word and its opposite. So you are to underline both words, both the word and its opposite. 3, I am sick, but the doctor can make me well. 4, you should try to make friends, not enemies. 5, I want to play outside, but mom said to come inside. 6, the fire is warm this cold day. 7, is Nana asleep or awake? 8, my brother likes peas, but I hate them. Down to activity B. Activity B says, write in examples of antonyms in sentences using the above pattern. You are to write 10 examples using this same pattern in activity A. That is to say that your word and its antonym must be in, or must be contained in each sentence mentioned. For instance, I will give you the answer to number 1 here. I would rather be rich than poor. In this sentence, we know that what? Rich is a word, and the opposite of rich is what? Poor. So your sentences in activity B must follow this pattern.